All right, welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM and on Facebook at Epic Radio 99.3 and also Radio Garden Choice FM, now the eastern part of Freetown. Joining me in the studio this morning, we got Imran Sillah from the SLPP media team. Imran, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Fambulem.
Honorable AKK, good morning. All right, we can talk about the MCC Compact Scorecard. Yesterday we talked about economic freedom, and today we'll talk about investing in people. I mean, I start off with you, AKK. I mean, we don't see the report. 6 in that category, investing in people, and let's start off with health expenditure, 64. Sierra Leone, how realistic is this?
Thank you very much. Allow me to preface the entire report for say. At a time like this, when we're going to the 8th year of President Bio, we've seen 3 concurrent reports. One we gave to the MCC, we don't see the World Bank reports, and we don't see a local report, we abandon reports. In all 3 of these reports, our country has not done well at all. For want of words, I will not use, we failed woefully. But that is not far-fetched from the reality. In all of these, you just briefly say, look at the economy yesterday. And naturally, if a country's economy is not doing well, every other sector gets the tendency for fail. So we look at the A of health, where we narrow today first, the investment in health. I will tell you there is something critical when it comes to us looking at the current government, their posture in governance. One, we look at what they said when they were campaigning. We look at what is in their manifesto, and we look at the realities on implementation, budgetary allocations, and we look at what in the audit report say we na in the national data.
So does this report get for capture all day?
Okay, what make it important for you look at all of the one in the facts. All of the one in they form part of the literature. If you forget a very serious conversation over waiting you want to do, you are assessing, because waiting MCC they do is not just looking at the current trend, but it also the help we as citizens for look at where we are as a country and what we need for do going forward.
All right. So in this report, this health expenditure, it should say Salon they do well.
Okay.
So they make actually realistic is this back
okay.
home?
As I say, maybe I wanted to take a long drive, but let me make a short for you. So because before we begin, say time no day.
Thank you.
Firstly, it is not realistic in the sense that if you look at the same report, talk about child death and every other thing. We have to do with picking them na the health sector. You say we're not doing well in that area. And if you look at the 2023 audit report, it always say basic things that we for them at the hospitals, like gloves, medicines. You go na Connaught, for example, Camera, they say we'll not even get oxygen. You look at the ambulance system na the country, out of 140 what we get, now only 100 they work. Out of that 168 of them not get oxygen cylinders.
This is quite
inside.
different. Government is pour money into this, but probably people need to make sure say that money the government they spend actualize.
If I begin calm down the land, it go able help you, it help me, it help the people. Because
but we'll accept the government not to spend money on that particular side.
But budgetary allocations
9%
are not government expenditures.
9%.
No, budgetary allocations are not government expenditures. Let me come clear this way. If you take, for example, in education, we spend 22%.
22%, and
that is what is in paper.
Yes, and health 9 at the second we fall by 9, so 9%.
I am still, if you allow me no more land.
No, I follow just get clarity.
No, you now, I still tell you see budgetary allocations. Where government saying that this we allocate into the health. If you, because being a member of parliament, at the end of every year, I see the actuals where government they give. Take for example in local government, they allocate huge money. As we talk, this is in November, they've not given a dime to those councils.
All right.
So budgetary allocations are different from realities on allocations.
All right.
The only sectors in a salon where they get full money, where Ministry of Finance, the budget and even surplus. Now the office of the president, the office of the chief minister, the Ministry of Finance.
All right.
Please allow me for line on this point, because I also know one law we use budgetary allocations for main realities on implementation and disbursement. What would they do in a parliament? Where they say if government get money, now this kind of money then for spending in health, now this kind of money then for spending in education. But even as we talk in the area of education, this whole time till the end in December 19, no school have been given a subsidy.
So the 1.5 billion where government, I mean part of the budget, you mean government not give that money to the Ministry of Health?
If you give me chance, maybe when I come back, I will give you exactly the amount where government don't disburse now.
All right.
Because when they do the supplementary budget, they give you sector by sector. In fact, in some sectors, they cut them down, you understand? And in some sectors, government not even able to give up to 20%. I'll tell you in holistic when it comes to the budget, with the exception of the offices where I don't call, including parliament, no other sector, not in Asalo, we don't get up to 30% of in allocations where government don't give. So it tells you when it comes to disbursement, it is different from the realities of what is in the budget. So now what we get for show clear today is, yes, the MCC stock card is saying we improve in expenditure. For them, it is the government intention for even lift the percentage of allocation. You understand? Is the threshold. So because we don't say we spend this kind of amount of money, naturally every other person, including me, Sidoya, is happy that we are giving this attention to health. But is it the reality on the ground? I'll tell you no.
All right, Imran, welcome to this conversation. And you don't listen to it in AKKC. I mean, this is far from the reality. I mean, from the side of the SLPP and the government. What's your take?
Well, I mean, again, year after year, since April of 2018, we, the people of this country, first give President Julius Maada Bio the opportunity for serve as President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. We too don't see in the president in vision a consistency. You know, you make a member, I think now in the second World Bank report, I think now in 2019 or 2020, where they encourage the government of President Julius Maada Bio for adopt what they call policy focus, and it's a policy stamina, because they see viability in the posture, in the vision, in the policies, in the programs of government. And that make the World Bank report, they be encourage the government and the president for maintain policy focus and policy stamina. So 5, 6 years on, we don't see consistency in key critical areas, and one of which you mentioned. So you talk about healthcare, government in commitment to healthcare in terms of budgetary allocation. Within our things say we need to understand fundamentally in conversations that every government, including the previous government, we been served before now, and AKK, now a member of that political party, they will be from that government. No, say every year there is a budget budget statement. No, so I think the parliament call on the appropriation bill. I don't know if not the exact one and they are talk exact way than they are talking, but them call on the appropriation bill. And the appropriation bill, they basically they give government in projected revenue, and also now the priority areas and also for spend them. They also they talk about the funding gap then day and how government get. So it's normal. That's not extraordinary day in terms of we take they talk. So as it relates to government since 1996 or even before 1996 with the introduction of multi-party politics. But the fact of the matter remains, and that make MCC through their own independent means them, they reach their conclusions there. So all of them, then data and statistics that they say and the reports that they accompany then data and statistics there are not generated by the government of Sierra Leone, not in any instance, yeah? They get their own yardstick, they have their own parameters, they have their own measurement, and then they reach their conclusions there. And it is very organic, authentic, and genuine. Now that make you see them give the percentage on healthcare in terms of what government don't do. We don't actually They achieved quite a lot since
from
the time we them first report and they begin come more.
So let's talk about, let's pay attention to this
2018,
we'll talk about this 2026. I mean, AKK talk about the intention and versus the reality. I mean, we talk about budgetary allocation is now waiting government wants for spend, but it's not necessarily meaning that that's government the spend.
So, I mean, again, we can talk about the data now, and which you say 60%, also 64%, above 60%. But then, if you treat them in isolation, it says nothing on its own. Yeah. But if you put them as against previous report that we don't come out and which it say, what it shows a pattern, it shows a vision, it shows trajectory, it shows direction, it shows determination, it shows focus. Right, in that particular area, then that may consistently be able to achieve on things like maternal mortality, infant mortality, immunization, and all of them. So it not just suddenly happen in 2025 at the back end of 2025. There's nothing where it takes planning, it takes focus, it takes policies, it takes programs for reach so. And over and above all, it is show consistency in governance in that particular regard. So
the 9% of I mean budget allocation to that of the Ministry of Health, I mean for 2025 it was around 1.5 billion. I mean, how governments don't they use this for and this 64%? I mean, that is something I will make clear. AKK don't state and clear say government get intention, but practicality of doing waiting that money they did for, they are not doing it. So waiting, let's pinpoint on government don't do this, government don't build hospitals, government don't do X, government don't do Y. And you look at it, government is spending in health. So that's, I think that's how we'll center that conversation around. What have waiting government don't do?
So, I mean, again, the 1.5 we mentioned, we don't arrive at 64%. That's 64%.
And I'm not saying it arrive. I talk about back home, waiting government don't spend 2025.
That's the point. You talk, because I'm obviously now all of the metrics then the units then put together for arrive at within the arrive at, and so which was developed organically and they arrive at their own conclusions. Now here's the point. If you ask the average Sierra Leonean now, just do a survey, and ask within the perception with regards to healthcare in this country, me included, as I sit on my hair, because I they also utilize government hospitals, them, including the one at King Amman Road, for me picking them. There's a lot more trust. There's a lot more accessibility. You talk about the maternal mortality, infant mortality, they will be in their culture long before now. Those frequencies and their occurrences, then they fear far between, right? Now because them figures then they should say there's investment in healthcare, right, for government hospitals them across the country, yeah, in terms of the recruitment of staff, healthcare workers, healthcare practitioners, making sure say areas then we will not get specialized people in terms of the practice, people that don't go out for good train them at the expense of government and scholarships for come back, right, and come give their own contribution to healthcare. So now that make we fend we self. So it not happen by accident. Dr. Austin Demby, if you fend him, call him Nayaso, right? And I should say it don't go on several platforms there.
And it's still finding difficult for Kanaya. I don't know why.
But he has been to countless.
Well, I don't know it's making Kanaya. We'll continue the conversation.
So I don't get lucky to get up.
So you don't come by luck now.
No, not get lucky because himself also getting your schedule. Not to so.
It's go ahead.
And not for waking up morning as Minister of Health for beginning the pass from radio to radio.
No, but that's his job for making the people aware about which in ministry they do.
He has done so several times.
Right.
Weekly press conference at the Ministry of Information, countless number of times. I don't hear if I'm into them bracket, I see a number of occasions. I don't see an AYV and so on and so forth. So you go come here in good time, gonna count on the blessings there, they come. Yeah. So look, back to the issue of healthcare. I think say it is one of those areas where the priority for President Julius Maada Bio and in government. And that make we be consciously and deliberately President make sure say the budgetary allocation increase to healthcare. Imran had a reference education and said, well, it was 22%, not means saying 22%. Look, here's the thing. You basically just need to look at the figures. figures where they take public exams now, MPSC, Beckham.
Let's stick to the health.
No. Now the equivalent now, right? We come back to healthcare.
Let's stick to the health, because the same thing you talk about 22%, and the same thing you talk about say the 9% is not be realistic. So it's the same thing. So let's stick to that conversation there.
So now the point down there they try for disagree with. If you look at the number of people now where they take public exams, MPSC, Beckham.
We therefore reach to health, because
right?
gal picking primary school education. Of course, now do well that side, but let's stick to health.
We see the one and they don't go up. And you know they go up by accident. They go up because there is a conscious and deliberate investment, right, in terms of in budgetary allocation and money into the sector. Then that make we see the turnout, they look the way they look.
Imran, I would appreciate if you tell me that this budgetary government will allocate. I mean, we will look at say, well, 2025 government able to give it to hospitals, new hospitals. I mean, these are the improvements that we don't make in terms of the health sector. I mean, some people use public hospitals, we safely use at some point. Minisik so much, so Minisik plenty.
Thank you.
Yes, but let's look at tangibles. I mean, visibility, what in government don't do, we make it under 64. I think I struggle for that kind of answer for me.
You go probably struggle, right? Because Midigi broad sweeps.
Well, that broad is I want specifics.
I'm giving broad sweeps consistent with within the report they suggest, yeah. And the fact that you talk well, within other specifics, then they actually relate to the 64%. Somehow, you get the impression, or maybe they insinuate, or some undertones as if to say, well, the 64% maybe not supposed for happy.
Now, I'm not saying now you get a clarity of say, well, now this make we earn 64, and if it's the reality on the ground, I mean, will it happen? I'm using if where people don't quote me on if. Now the reality on the ground, I mean, Imran for the say, well, I mean, last year we got 5 hospitals. I mean, 300 beds hospital. I mean, these are things we don't do in the health sector, X, Y, Z, and people get a clear understanding. So that's I'm asking. I'm not saying as I put her on that tone or whatever. I'm not doubting the report. So we're just asking what in government don't do.
Well, I hope so. You know, they doubt the report, but then la also add. I mean, very recently, let me decon, not so right? President, the minister, and the hospital did it. Yes, we had support from our partners then. Clearly there were inputs, right? But then across the country, we also know say in terms of staff capacity, right, for government hospitals them across the country, we know say they don't go up significantly. We know say the ambulances, my brother say within 100 days in service or something like that. But look, I don't think
less than 40.
I don't think say you been forced to say down there 10 years back in terms of which we actually did in service. So look, we get oxygen there now. Hospitals them, government hospitals there across the country. We know say I don't go to a government hospital, you don't see them, the oxygen where they call located there. Right? Then for make sure say patients the way they come in, able to get access to oxygen, not to like try the way you get for struggle for get them and also you get for get them from. So those are the little things where they improve healthcare service, yeah, and healthcare delivery. It is the same now for Connaught Hospital if you go there. If you go Satellite Hospital na Kington, if you go na Lumley, Regent Road, yeah, you see the delivery. So if you go Oladurin, right, you see the delivery of service. Much improved, much better, more alert. Yeah, they're able for turn over patients then and make sure the patients then come out they with the kind of healthcare where then go for, right, and feel a lot better where then they come out. So it is all of those things put together. It's a total aggregate, yeah, of putting data government hospitals them across the country, right? Government investment and look, and then they come back to the point fundamentally. Then they know they happen by miracle, not a magic wand. Yeah. So if the budgetary allocation go up, it should be reflected, and the best way we reflect them now in the lives of people. Ultimately, that's the sole and only determinant. So you can get a conversation and say, well, this 9% have not all go, but I mean the one that we're on the receiving end. Right? When I tell you they collect your data and statistics from in terms of routine day at the hospitals there. No, they tell you that one day. It shows that there's the right investment. Now that make we see them figures they had a drop on maternal mortality, infant mortality, immunization, and plenty more. Right? You just see that one in there.
AKK, according to Imran, this is reflective. And recently we see mortuary is safely under the plate of the SLPP.
Thank you for adding that.
This is
Thank you for
effective.
adding that.
Okay.
Thank you.
No waste of time.
Now we're having serious conversation around the issues.
No, I'll just help you on that one.
You say we don't allocate.
Useful.
You say we don't allocate 9%. Nothing more interesting. The office of the president alone is receiving 225 billion.
Yes, that's scripted conversation one couch.
No,
No, hold on, Imran. Hold
This is the
on.
budget. I know they use the script. Whereas the entire Ministry of Health, they get one.
This now the APC talking points there now.
1.5 billion.
No, 131 billion.
1 billion. All right.
These are the entire health sector.
That is for 2025.
So the entire health sector is, when you compare to waiting, then they get to waiting the president, they get the office of the president. Now 50% of waiting they allocate to the office of the president and the entire health sector.
So hold on.
Can I-
I mean, when you talk about the office of the 230
255
billion.
Yes. That's just the office of the
I
president.
attempted to ask how much now we national budget.
I will give you a total of the national budget. What they do basically, you know, sometimes when they come into the conversation here, we have been very careful as members of parliament. Me, I always speak to documents. You have the right to Google it. I can send it for you if you want it. This is within the Ministry of Finance. That's what I use. So when you talk about government allocations, you look at key sectors. You understand? When you look at key sectors, then you look at key performance indicators. And you look at I also use the audit reports greatly because this is what government tells me. This is not what I know they use band and data, although the data is driven by research, but I am using government owned data. So tell me, if you're talking about the entire health sector, they get only 50% of what you allocate to the office of the president. Tell me how serious are you with the health sector in the country? Secondly, Imran is a media specialist, and I am using this. And then tell you host the Minister of Health, ask him to give you permission to roll the cameras in just the wash facilities of major government hospitals across the country. When you say we're doing well in the health sector, there are key indicators some of us they look at when we visit.
I'm not saying now. What did the report say?
Huh?
Now what did the report say?
No, one thing I know they do today, I know they dispute the report.
Okay.
But what they do, they try to give realities of what actually operates in the health sector versus the allocations being given with the rate for. What they then do, if you listen to the report, the report not rates the entire health sector. It rates the allocations being given.
So now that's what they discuss about.
Exactly. So what me they do now is, I am giving the realities in the health sector. You understand? Where is clearly stated in audit reports them. 3 years audit report span. If you give me a chance, I'll give page by page, and maybe then there will be a way, like what Imran say, is scripted because this is what the nation, the national records they show we when our government own data. So if you got example, take for example, he's talking about recruitment. In Magboroka, whilst even we talk about recruitment, there is somebody who has worked there for 21 good years. You understand? He did a study, he came back. Today he has not received a PIN code. This is not what I have said. This is what the audit report says. So when you look at the total number of employment in the nursing, where people say, oh, they recruit more nurses, more medical officers. Look at the total number of nurses we be there and waiting there now. The difference is not up to 3,000. So you begin to ask yourself, who is deceiving who? You go to major referral hospital. Take for example, take just camera Kana Rokupa and see what is happening in Rokupa. The place is abysmal. I'm a member of the health committee. Some of these things we try not to come out in the media and for make everything look like nothing is working. But the reality is the true reflection of waiting we get is not working. I'll give you, recently I met with the Minister of Health. I am saying this on media now because this is what the reality is. There are 3 major hospitals where we begin build from 2015 and they were almost in conclusion before President Bio Kana Power. The Lumley Hospital where them be the bill.
This one we don't know now, like Gentlewood?
No, not but this now the one can be
No,
recently.
no, there is.
No, there is
No, I think that there is the same building where they talk about that same spot there where I think APC starts that project there and later SLPP can build a new one because that has been another concern.
Let me just tell you the interesting thing.
Hospital then at that place there?
No,
Still?
na market today.
Oh, okay.
No, but no, get this as joke. This way you
No, I just want
Imran.
one.
No, I'm coming.
He's a brother.
This way you mentioned, so Imran, it has been my personal concern. To be honest, because now what I'm saying, I'm coming. What I'm saying,
the location.
you say Lumley Health Center. There is a 2 building with it.
Now the location.
I'm coming, Imran. You understand what I'm talking about?
I fully understand what you mean.
Thank you. Ask me question. There is a 2 building with the one. Of course, you're aware about that. Thank you.
I go to the president.
Thank you.
Where president go for go open the hospital lab?
And there's a building where the way now be APC project.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't
No. You are not calling APC project.
I'm coming.
Na Salon project.
People be don't they ask? I mean, why that building they be abandoned and put up another new structure?
The hospital where they functional, right?
No, I'm asking why that building
The hospital
is about state resources.
The hospital,
government use money.
The hospital.
Why government not be continuing?
That hospital there where president go open. Interestingly enough, I've been Dede. I think I go there about 30 or 45 minutes before His Excellency the President in Dede, and we do the tour. We've been there with him, and it's a fantastic hospital that was built, and I think Sedan they serve that community there, but even people in that immediate environment there, and I think say even the purpose for which APC will try for do something, I mean, for serve that community there when it comes to healthcare and also, and people in that immediate environment there. So now that make when talk.
So now we feel say it nice for discontinue that particular project.
Now that make when it talk say one hospital there with them they build with that abandoned now, but then call then
not one.
You one of 3 you mentioned that side.
No, but down there everybody they see them. Everybody will pass around along the side.
So now that make I ask the question:
please allow me
if hospital did it right now and it serve the purpose for which their intentions were meant for.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Not the point down there.
I get a personal conversation with the Minister of Health, because what I don't do now is I also don't always say it's not always about critiquing government, but also get positive dialogue with for make things happen. 3 major hospitals: the one at Waterloo, 100-bed hospital, the one at Macaulay Street, Naya, and the one at Lumley. All of them be reach almost 90% conclusion rate. All waiting be left, I will tell you, according to the words of the minister, we've paid the contractor $3 million. This is less than waiting it take for even do this new hospital. And you're talking about 100-bed hospital rate and just building a Lumley, and you abandon 300-bed hospitals. Waiting in a Lumley na a pediatric hospital of excellence we then just build. The other one for don't address all the adults and other people the more they can. Lumley is not just a solar community, but when you talk about Lumley, you also talk about that facility for able to address all the other players then took care for able can then access them. For me, one question you ask Imran no answer now the fact say he say out of waiting government don't allocate, waiting we don't use as we own money where government they see we don't take for build any hospital. Let's imagine for any purpose we have this 300-bed where now $3 million we need for facilitate for complete them. What is wrong to pay this $3 million and get this 300-bed hospital 100-bed na Waterloo? Look at the capacity na Waterloo. Look at the capacity Middle Freetown where where they abandon another 300-bed hospital. So for me, again, I will say this: we expenditure pattern in the health sector is not reflective to the needs of the people. I will say this, Imran. For Usami Common Akambia district, for almost a whole 8 years, no new infrastructure in the health sector has not been built. If you see anyone, now the 4 way we don't build Namion community. And we're not doing this because we are happy to do it, but because we see a need gap. So what do we expect in this allocation where government say we they make now the fact say let's be realistic. What's in our government expenditure in the health sector? What are we investing in? Are we investing in training people? How many nurses we don't train? When our free we take them from. Because again, in the health sector, it's not just about building the infrastructure. It's also about building the capacity. I am expecting Imran to come here and give us real-time statistics of waiting government don't build in the health sector, where reflect this 9%. Waiting government, other government don't train, where now maybe the person was a nurse, he has been improved to another capacity. Waiting government don't do in terms of allocations, even into the medicine, the free health care. When you talk about health sector, we are not inherit and health sector will be day down. You talk about the ambulance system. If you read the audit report, it say from the 2015 ambulance they will buy now they will not use today. But let me tell you what's shocking. And this is where I always say, as leaders, we must not be dishonest to our people. Imran go tell you, say the ministers them in the south. After 5 years, we don't buy new motor for all the ministers and back. But we're using ambulance where the ordinary people they use for 15 years now. So it tells you how much we take the people and work seriously. When it comes to waiting, the political class, they enjoy when it comes to mobility, we buy new ones them. If you watch now our recent vehicles they already buy, whereas the ambulance system is not working. So what I am doing this morning is advocating, simply advocacy what I want to do in the health sector. In as much as, just like Imran and any other Sierra Leonean, I am happy we passed the indicator. We talk about disbursements into the health sector, but the reflective systems, are these people getting all of this money every year? The question is no. When I go further, I go tell Imran last year waiting government allocate and waiting the ministry receive. I go tell him this year waiting government allocate and waiting the ministry receive. And I go tell him say just the hospitals as we talk, even the drugs. You go to some hospitals, you don't get the drugs. The model they use for get private people for coming to the hospital for sell drugs is not a good one. Imagine if government buy drugs and those drugs are expired, they take them off the shelf. But when you bring private people into those, what are the mechanisms? So I am talking to the not critiquing government, but say we need to work, do more. Let the allocations be reflective. And I must say this. For me, I think it is an insensitive part of government for allocate more money to the president and the office of the chief minister than that of the Ministry of Health.
Thank you very much. Let me switch from health to that of education, which is another important one of the
you want to say something?
The government. I'll give 30 seconds.
Yeah, just very quickly. You cast them vehicles the way ministers and deputy ministers them in getting a first term. Vehicles that we then pay for through a scheme, yeah. I know say at the end of the first term, because you mentioned them and give the impression as if to say, oh, they don't buy other motor car back for them. All of those who served as ministers and deputy ministers actually paid for their vehicles.
That the ministers pay with their own car.
And I also know say when them they give them, when them they calculate what them supposed to get at the end of the first term, I know say a significant portion, right, was taken away by government for go towards the balance.
I know we push away from, because I go on for action almost waiting at the cost of the vehicle and the minister the guy. No push away from
all of them vehicles when they for the first time actually is owned by them, because they actually pay for them with their own cash from their own money, and it was cut directly
push away from the conversation, because I'll be tempted to ask almost every vehicle and the cost. So
I just want to let you know that one.
Thank you. So
get down the clear. Pressures to say they buy motor for Chade, they don't buy back.
So no push.
First time every vehicle has been paid for.
Let me stick to the conversation.
Please permit me for just make some.
No, I'm coming. AKK, let's stick to the conversation. We not get enough time. I mean, girls primary completion, girls primary education. I mean completion, and of course, una score 97% of that day, and of course, this. Now one way, now it gets the person get passion for education. I mean, it puts 22% of the country, I mean, into education. I mean, and I don't want to ask how realistic this is, because you have to tell me say it's practical. I mean, but how do government view this?
I mean, again, you know, yesterday I've been to talk to somebody about the MCC scorecard, and previous scorecard that don't come out before now. And at least a senior person in government, yeah, he works at State House. Now I say, man, you need for no one thing. Now I say, which thing, sir? He said the work of a president It's an ocean liner. It's not a speedboat. So you don't run and rush through things. You have to be deliberate. You have to be thorough. You have to be determined. You have to be focused. The only way you're able to get them forward and they together at one go. Now you're able to get the required results in the end. And yes, it not mean say invariably the challenges they knock for day. So AKK in decide for say glass half empty. Now I saw this morning, yeah, and fine for him. I mean, his opposition, his APC. If I were in his position, I would be doing the same this morning, right? But me choose for say glass half full, right? And how do we move forward based on the achievement, based on what we have been able to do, right? For the people of this country, not for SLPPO, for the people of this country. And so you mentioned education. I always like to go back to a moment in time where President Bio been get the idea, we informed the manifesto, right? We turn itself into a medium-term national development plan in the first term of President Bio. And there were basic fundamental truths then, right? We informed the manifesto and the investment that we don't see in education up until this term. Number one are that picking and not going to get access to education. If even them to get access to education and not be able to sit public exams, MPSC Becker and WASC, because it been depend on parents their ability for pay every single dime of their money then they right through. Number one. Number two, we found within our rural communities be now okay for make a decision as to whether that them boy picking or then girl picking. And you know, in world culture and world tradition, we friend who self, I mean, from your people then na potloko, kafubulom, or me paternal side na mwamba, yawima. Then I'll get for begin the cherry pick. Say, oh no, well, the boy picking I get for benefit to the girl picking get for go married. So Lord make the girl picking laying young buku and it happening. So His Excellency the President was moved by the statistics then prior to 2018, and he said, let us invest. Let us make sure say picking and get the ability for take public exams at the expense of government. So now we can sit down and get a conversation. Hey, well, that's why I go for school for me picking. I may get for pay this. I may get for pay that. Look, the reality speaks for themselves. Number one. Access to public exams, MPSC Becker and WASC, it's at the expense of government. Now that make we see the numbers then go the way they go. Now that make we see the number of picking them now where they try for go tertiary and higher education also to increase severely. And that is because it was deliberate. That was the intention from the onset. We see say parallels don't come out between girl picking and boy picking in terms of the one the way they complete primary education able for take the MPSC exam. Tragedy, there was a huge gap. Number of boy picking them, the percentage be higher. The girl picking them percentage was a lot less because of them challenges than they in with traditional and cultural setting. That equality they don't come. Then parallels then you can draw them now. Go to Becker, go to WASC now. They see results, then they come on now. You see girl picking and they perform past we demand them. You know, eh? And that is what you want to see in a society. That was what the investment was meant for. We can now come and get a conversation. And not of us say whether investment and they don't happen now, that means all the problem they don't know. AKK didn't get the problem there. In our position. So
these are visible.
In 30 seconds. But now we get an opportunity for advance the conversation in terms of what are the challenges? Right?
So
how do we continue for
we come to talk about the challenges?
How do we continue to make the education as well as
97%?
Continue to make them
in terms of
them figures, they are not a lie. It shows
school,
something deliberate in terms of the focus and vision of President
Imran don't accuse me of one thing today. I just want to make clear. He say me no they see they see the glass half empty. No, if you listen to it, I don't say when it comes to the health sector. I have given solutions, and I will do the same for education. What Imran don't do this morning, I think this will have been one thing we Evalon celebrates with the answer, but it still not get the question right. Yes, as a country, we don't make a huge leap forward when it comes to girls' education.
You want to repeat that on the back again?
Of course, why not?
For the listeners there?
Of course, why not? I am not. Why don't I know they get clear?
No, left hand they go over. Another part they want to go over.
We as opposition, we are not being destructive to this nation. When we make stride forward, we've made a huge stride forward in the area of girls enrollment and girls performance.
They are on a cut down the leg on social media. It is coming from.
No, Imran, hold on. I mean, allow AKK.
Imran, I have been one of the person.
I'm excited to hear that from you.
More time investigating in education.
I'm excited to hear that from you.
Things that you make, some statement that you don't make, categorically not sound for be very factual. Let me make this clear. The examination fees, not to President Bio start. You know, when a lot stop for run a country where they think, like say, nothing was running until President Bio came. No. The examination fees was started after the, in fact, I mean, part of the package of the TRC. Pakaba start to implement them. President Koma run and through the 10 years, and President Bio continue for doing. Law no write off people in history as if Sierra Leone started only in 2018 when President Bio came into power. That is one. Secondly, again, I want to let Imran know say all public examinations we get for do with primary schools and deke for almost a period of 10 to 20 years. Majority of people don't lead them nagal picking them. Maybe he has not done that statistics. I have done that. I am so passionate when it comes to education. Again, let you know, get that record straight. When it comes to
this one comes in government's continuity because then self continue that piece. I mean, for the past 3 years, Gal picking
what I don't do, people are talking about health. I not blame President Bio or I not condemn the government. Which I don't do. I look at the issues and the realities of
you want to take some of the glory. They go back.
I know.
No, continue.
No, go ahead, AKK. Sorry.
Okay. When you look at the take for example, you also talk about performance, you talk about manifesto commitment. This is where we have a problem when it comes to education. Look at President Bio's manifesto promises of education. Look at the realities today. They are not much. But let me take me time for do the way everybody see publicly when President Bio go the AYV debate with presidential candidates. And when he talk about a free quality education. The package way again. Allow me to explain this. President Bio promised free school uniforms, free exercise book, free school textbooks. He promised a 380,000 school fee per one Peking. Although the calculation we do at that time, the total calculation, if you calculate this by 2 million Peking for dinner school, although the answer not be correct, but I can understand that there's kind of tension around. But if you play that clip there, you listen what he said. The calculation was never correct. So, but what he promised basically was 380,000. This was at the time like $50 per child. The reality is today in primary school, kids are being paid for 10,000 leons. In secondary school, beginning to pay for them only 150,000 leons. This is below the benchmark where President Bio be tell we that ending. Waiting President Bio also tell we in a manifesto and in first address to Parliament, he say it bill primary school na every section of this country. That one enough for only increase access. It also for increase reduce the burden on parents for sending the pikin and go far distance like we come on our villages. So we still get that challenges there. It say they build secondary school na every ward of the country and they build a senior secondary school na every constituency. Has this been done? No. It say they give study opportunity for teachers who don't teach for over 10 years in schools. I wish you go do a phone call and ask the teachers, are they getting this? The answer is no. But it talk about one very important thing with self. Again, President Bio promised say no picking no go buy college form. And we see the Ministry of Education the first year in 2018 pull out the press release.
So let's stick to the primary education because that's another area I have to talk about.
What Imran do is he not stick to the primary education. We want to make the conversation very simple. He went on, and because we are addressing the people, we know they let anything just slide away. You talk about university education. Imran, I want to say for the last 4 years, your government has not paid subvention to institutions. Waiting and do, in fact, this year, as we talk, so most of the government institutions don't add college university fees to almost 50% because government has failed to pay subventions. This is just the reality.
I think there is a message there where as you talk about this, just pop up where they come out from I think for the camera and from our Facebook page, it said so you remove the 75 years school fees and 75 loans, okay, fees and of course and the 200 exam fee, and then you increase university fee from 2.8 million to 6.5 million.
That's the situation now we find ourselves. So guess what? The model of the APC, and then I wish we never don't politicize everything and we listen to ourselves as a country. Government was doing per student subvention model in which the university is allowed to charge. Government pays 75% of the fees. The parent then pay 35%. When you check waiting Kumradi pay for in picking at primary school and at 10 leons, and you check that commodity pay now 7 million leons. I think if you make a funding program and ask people for give 75% pay off by government and go pay primary school fee at 30,000 leons, what in the commodity and go there? I wish you go do that one day, and we all will get the answer.
So, second, but as for now, loan or push to university.
Let me go to the primary.
We'll therefore deal with that later.
No, Imran,
but you look at, I'm coming. You look at the amount of picking there, where they go for go sit MPS. I mean, from 2024 to 2025, you see the gal picking and the seats more than way picking. I mean, above 80,000, between 84,000 and of 83,000, and of course, it's a plus for the government.
Yeah. We're in an internet age. I am talking now. You have an opportunity because I'm not able to talk in the Google. Google from 1993.
No, we talk about this MCC. No. We talk about this report 2020.
No. I am going to your report, but I want to make something clear. From 1993 or 92, they begin sit NPSC to date. In every exams we give a do primary school, the girl picking number who passed the boy picking. I am saying this as a professional in the education sector. But let me tell you what didn't happen and where we've solved the problem. We had a problem with girl picking them after they don't sit Beke for going to the SS level. And that is where as a government, and that is where as an opposition, we also agree say we need forget the dual bill. We also need forget legislations where they stop early marriage of we picking them. We also need forget legislations where they protect the picking them. In fact, I will say this, and I take credence to be part of that history. For say we get the toughest sexual and gender laws in the world. You understand? We lead up to imprisonment, even in life imprisonment. Even in India, we rape now be almost. Now one of the biggest crime, they not get life imprisonment for that day. We as members of parliament take upon we say opposition as well as ruling. We made one of those tough laws in the last parliament, the 5th parliament. This is to ensure we will protect we picking them. So what you see today, it's not just a dream of the president. This is a national dream where we support the president for this.
But quick one before I
But let's not also forget this. Imran talk about the issue of public exams nation. I'll say this and I'm on record. Majority of the picking them I don't encounter with now Cambia and around the country when I've pushed victims are kids who were deprived from taking private the worst exams by the Ministry of Education.
Right.
In 2000 oh my god.
Yes,
okay,
no, because of time. Because of time.
No, Imran.
So Imran, from that Kush side, I mean, this is a dream. I mean, where the president we get. But I remember the president talk about, I mean, in the free quality education, make a specific statement, say, no girl picking or no picking, no for the street. And even up to now, when they see picking, even during school hours, they're still in the street. I mean, waiting up with that statement, they will, like, it be so rich a situation where people they expect, say, picking off for sale cloths. I mean, picking up for sale, that means during the school hours. But these are happening now. These are the practical reality. What happened with that statement with the president will make?
So, excuse me. When presidents talk, when leaders talk, their statements are aspirational. It shows a desire. It also shows that's the ambition at the core.
So Imran, it's a clarity that the president take education serious. Waiting happen with the NTND. But still, I hope say the work at the streets and see say girl picking or picking them still in the streets of Freetown. Waiting happen with that. We know say president get passion for education. So I don't really go for that again.
You did ask the same question. So I mean, if not be something new, I mean, if I don't say okay, hold on to that, the answer this way first. But not the same question you did ask. So allow me to answer them. When leaders talk, they're aspirational. It shows their desire. It shows their ambition. At their core, it shows them values and them beliefs, and which for work towards. And so, therefore, you look at the sum totality of within their play and within the MCC percentage they show 97%, as you rightly put up. Quite clearly shows that aspiration they are achievable. You know, mean say you eliminate every single malaise in society, every single challenge in society. You just suddenly eradicate them like Dandy, but that you go significantly move towards the direction and get to a point where you get like 0.1% of them picking a day were left out of the educational sector. I think another way you're supposed to look at statements made by His Excellency the President, or any other president as a matter of fact, that their statements are aspirational. It shows a desire, it shows a determination, right? And the figures at this particular moment in time, they speak for themselves.
So how
they speak for themselves now.
How then determination in they not be probably greatly monitored by people who are responsible for education business? Because Imran, it's of concern. We to make them pick need to go school as per now, and hopefully the government don't even find out. But me and you accept the reality. There are still kids out there. We need to go school. We supposed for in a school. We need to go school.
I think so for all now, I will safely say I'm the only one we probably sit GC O levels and A levels.
I beg to differ that you don't know we don't know how we saw for education.
Just by the age difference, I know. I mean, if you go sit at private.
Well, I would say that I sat to the O level. So forget about that day.
No. Now, point at the try for make, and not the try for. I mean, I did talk about the age gap. Yeah, between me and you two. If you see GCO and A levels at your age now, considering the age between
I know
I'm sufficiently older than you. The point where they try for make, the larger point where they try for make is this. Yeah, from me on tender when we sit O and A levels in this country, I have always seen picking and athletes. Yeah, I tell you about 40 some odd years.
No, but this government
let me make the point.
This government take education very serious. Other government take it serious, but this government take it more serious. And the president, I'm coming.
Which I want for
the president, we talk say not picking up for the street during school hours. Where the president not be talk so, Imran.
Which I want.
The president not be saying don't picking up for the street during school hours.
Which I want for do. I want for low gets. But which I would like say, it's an elevated conversation already. I want for let it be a bit more serious now. Yeah. From me on term, them I'd always see picking in a street who never went to school for one reason or the other. And those are the things you can't take away from societies. Doesn't mean that you can't do your best for make sure say you reduce them in terms of policies, plans, and programs. So. You talk about picking the wood and treat, even in the United Kingdom. You understand? I sure say don't good. You see picking and treat, we're left out of the educational system. Social services don't try their best and do all kind of thing. It has still not worked for them. It doesn't mean that successive UK governments not get policy for make sure say picking them not they in school up until the age of, I think it's, for them it's about 16 or 17 or any kind of thing, because by 18 and they expect them supposed for the university or for they into tertiary higher education. It is still happening. That's the reality. But presidents them always where they make statements. Now waiting at their aspiration. That aspiration they now is now being backed by policies, plans, and programs. So back to the MCC. When them policies, plans, and programs then they take hold, now them MCC use their independent metric for assess and evaluate, right, and reach their own conclusions. Them, as it said, 97%. What it shows is there's a 22% budgetary commitment to education at this country. What it also shows is, right, that investment there is significant enough, right, for change the data and statistics in terms of access, right, girls' education, girls' completion rate at primary level, girls' completion at secondary level, for being able to take public exams, both MPSC, BECE, and WASC, and so many other things. Now, tertiary education, I will touch on them for 30 seconds. I remember there was a town hall in Afobe College, right, and the minister in SSF bin Dede, Dr. Wuri, for envision tertiary education and what it mean for the future and how for continue for roll out. And a number of conversations then they will be happening around that one day. I hope say the ministry, because I know Dr. Wui very well, she's passionate about her job and the job we President Gian for do, that they will continue for engage on their issues and so that people are alert and alive to the realities of education at tertiary and higher level.
Thank you so much.
And how we're able for move forward.
Thank you so very much, Imran and AKK. We'll continue the conversation, but we'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we go open the phone line on 079-994-993, and also continue for the drop your comments via Facebook live page at Epic Radio 99.3 FM. Stay tuned.
1xBet presents an exciting world of entertainment. In the 1x games, you will find Crash, Dice, Apple of Fortune, Money Wheel, and other exciting games with many chances to win big wins. Go to the website 1xbet.sl or app, enter promo code GAMESL and receive welcome bonus up to 36,800 leons plus 150 free spins. Fun to play,
Epic
fast
Radio.
to win. It's your best chance to grab your luck with 1xBet. 1xBet presents
Do
an
you want to
exciting
be your
world of
own
entertainment
boss?
in the
Or do
1x.
you want to add more services to your business? Then look no further, because BNB is here for you.
What do you mean?
With BNB, you can now make money with just your smartphone. With the new revolutionary app, BNB POS, you can do remittance, bill payments, EDSA airtime top-up, and many
Epic
more.
Radio.
All this from your smartphone, anywhere you want.
This sounds great.
That is not just all. The app also features real-time agent rebalancing and reconciliation.
Oh wow. But how can I get a BNB POS and start making my own money?
It's so simple. You can download the application on App Store or Google Play Store. Just search for BNB POS and download. Then call our customer service on 072 500 000, and within a short period of time, our agent will help you for the onboarding process.
Wow, no time to waste. Let me do this right away.
Oh yes, start making money today from anywhere in Sierra Leone. For more inquiries, contact our customer service on 072 500 000.
With BNB POS, you shop na your pocket. Alright, welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM. You can now call on 079-994-993. 079-994-993. We'll go to first call on already. We'll go online and pick the call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Epic.
Good morning. Your name and the side you call from, please.
Lamin Samuel Kweato.
Lamin Samuel, go ahead.
Yes, the question we really want to ask. What in now Sierra Leone in aim actually party MCs?
Okay.
For all the country don't know more for discuss politics or will they go for the money? Because is it $400 million they at stake? Now the money we want or not just discussion? Because from next time they will take part by this MCC thing. We don't get profit now by getting this money for country major project in this country. But year in year out, we know they see this money. So what are we aim actually to look for? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. 079-994-993. That is number for be part of the program, and when you call, stay within 1 minute, and of course go straight to the point. So go ahead and pick another call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Reggie. Good morning, sir.
All right, good morning, Father Lambert. Go ahead.
God bless you, sir. I just want to ask them two panelists, Imran and AKK, in terms of this education and the health side. From since the past government, what are the developmental way they make towards the health facility? Through the picking them with the adults, waiting at the facility where they make, and how they left this education business. We they like today the education on go be so we be no to time this and for then the discuss about politics. That time this and for develop this country. But it seems like all the authorities organize the defending party, then the defending party. Not only time now. At the time this as opposition, let we all come together, let we develop this country in terms of health and the education side. Because I say education is the key of success. But now communication, my brother. Look, if the king don't get a grade 17, a grade 16, when you go for go interview, then they say you for pay 3,500,000. Go na them vying, go na them technical, go na them FSSG, go high school, go Congress, then you see how then they pay for interview when you picking go don't sit once or you don't sit back.
Thank
And
you.
they say free education. Is it right? So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Today, Abubakar from our Facebook live page is saying when you go to hospital, then go tell you say medicine no day, and them go tell you say na for go na pharmacy. Anyways, 079-994 logo line again. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Abakar from Fomex.
Bakar from Fomex. Go ahead.
Always I say, the past government, they try a lot
and then bring lights in our eyes. When it comes to health center, health business, and then make sure say they provide health, now all different parts where they know students the struggle. For now we approve that. Now that they make where this government here come, they meet cottage where we get to in a cottage. So you have standard in a way that the standard way it is, any hospital where you get for the whole country, if the condition very critical to any woman, a cottage and then the director states that they come because cottage gets all the material, gets all the tools for pay that. Come to education. Education, this government tell me say 22%, they don't base some on education. But from where they want to give you that 22%, we not see anything that happen. Like example, under the past government, we see they add school swim. Now all different parts they add school swim, and we see the kind of expected teachers they get. Then you left there again. So what's education?
So I have some ice quick on. I just got 1 minute.
Hello, we the two students then they graduate, then they give a scholarship for them and go study more outside. But now not the same.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. And Mohammed Suleiman Koma from our Facebook page is saying the people don't have ambulance, but government ministers are changing expensive cars like Sierra Leone have a manufacturing, or that Sierra Leone have a factory. Okay, I think that was what he tried to say. Log online again. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Ivan.
Good morning, Abuloko.
Yeah, Abuloko Central Media One.
Go ahead, man.
Ivan, I tell me to brother, and they thank you, Mr. Imran and Mr. AKK. You know, we talk education at this country, it don't go behind. How education go behind? Because the private school they dominate the government school in terms of national exam. You know, where this not me ever they happen at this country. Always government school, always they get the best results in terms of national exam. Now private school don't take the lead. You know, for tell you say the education don't die.
Okay.
And the side of the health, they beg them, the politicians them. You know, the people of this country they die, where them not reach for die because of better health facility in other the country.
Thank you.
They beg them.
All right. Thank you so very much. Halaji is saying, Imran, you guys are always comparing with the first world countries in terms of lapses and lack of ability. But you guys will never do the comparison again with first world country in terms of good governance. Log online again and pick another call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Your name and where you calling from?
Mohammed from my mind.
All right, Mohammed, go ahead.
And I'm from the store. No, I will have a bit of okay. So, although the solution away, so all the problems
we seem to get hello. You can move away from Usaid. It will not seem to get you clear. You will not mind for call back, yeah? Alright, 079-994-993. The number for be part of the Epic Morning Show. Log online again. Hello, good morning. Hello. Alright, I'm afraid we're not going to continue that call. The way you call, move away from your radio set and go down and say be quiet so we will get you clear of which you they say. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Pamusa Nadrasak.
Pamusa Nadrasak, go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. Ivan, let God bless you.
Amen.
The question they go, and Mr. Sillah, and we see one keke man go with one belly woman cottage hospital. We see the charge money where they charge her with. They say if you not get the money, they know they treat the woman. So love commodity, then the government been come. They say any teacher will teach for 10 years. It get chance for lay in Pigin Kona College. Then benefit of this one, then love we left the begin them, we begin them where they sit back. I wonder when they follow up, like as one call have been mentioned about that. When they go and they school them, you journalist or any other person, you take one picking where you sit back, go with a like they make they go do interview. Like when I see how much money when they call from this free education. And are they telling now say we the comrade and we want for love picking them land book. If we not to that to God, we'll not be able because they never go 3 million or 4 million. Who say go put that money there? Yes. So I wonder how they follow up.
Thank you.
What about the anger? People that don't pull that anger, so anger is don't die down.
Thank you so very much, Pamusa. Thank you for your contribution. 07999949993. They talk about health expenditure and also girl picking them. I mean primary education completion. So I then want to look inside, invest in people. Log online. Hello, good morning.
Ivan, good morning.
Good morning, Commander Jebo.
Ivan, you know what? Why make a call? For that Greek ethic radio, all the staff of ethic radio, not over them two people I know. Because, and I call back later and say, Sierra Leone then they would mute everything. And Sierra Leone then they wait for be like Imran who that position. And Sierra Leone they wait for be like AKK. Not to you lawyer. But one thing I'm not a contributor, they can't drop me line. Because all you want some of we they read and what you then at the ground is different. Anyway.
Thank you so very much. And 07999949993, now the number for be part of the Epic Morning Show. And when you call, go straight to the point and continue for this any message for our Facebook live page at Epic Radio 99.3 FM. Logo line. Hello, good morning.
Epic Radio.
Go ahead, boss.
Hello.
Your name and side you call from?
Rogers Juba.
All right, Rogers. Go ahead from Juba.
I really want because it happened for say the time we that free health care been there, we former president been there, we be born that time we be born picking there. And at the same time, that time we former president been there, we been get picking there in our school there. It don't can happen again. We get picking there in our school, then we born picking there. All of the things sometimes this conversation with them people here come. The best thing we then go do, let each of them give the young way we then feel say a solution to a problem in this country. We then go talk about it, we all go, we work with them, where things then go change. But not let alone be say this person can a campaign or any other thing. Let's find solution to a problem.
All right.
The health education, the health care way former president Biggie and not be going in vain. Now they don't bring free education. What is the problem towards the free education? Now we could talk about, then we try for rectify them.
Thank you so very much. 07999949993. The number for be part of the Epic. We'll take 3 more calls and try for up the first segment of the Epic Morning Show. Logo line again. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and side you calling from?
Now, Paconte they talk from Obgon.
Oh, it's Paconte. Go ahead.
I they tell you na thank you. We na they analyze, they tell you what thing they happen. The 2 panelists them, Lord put Shalom first. Lord forget about party. We put Shalom first. The country they go before. This free education, the government don't try, the president don't try in best. But the private school then they dominate. The government school they relax because of the teachers then the money what they give them better. At least like when you want to do this free education, if waiting and call the teacher the money first.
Okay.
From that, he say, okay, I will make free education. Because the teacher then they make, I don't tell them. You see, the private school now they learn that they did before.
Thank you
the
so much.
healthcare, then they try. Easy. You see?
All right.
Thank you very
Thank you so very much. Alaji from our Facebook page is saying our education system is not working properly anymore. Even this government, from the president, as he's trying to say the president, to ministers and parliamentarians, even this Imran, are all sending their kids to private school because they don't trust the government schools. I think that's what he's saying. Logo online, second to last caller. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Good morning, boss. Your name and where you call from, please.
I'd like
All right, Abdullah, go ahead. Speak a little bit louder, small, yeah?
This country, the problem, we don't know lots of politicians here, and we get the greatest problem at this country. You understand? Because the same person the truth. Always they say, SMPK, yeah, really the independent paper, things from who they give independence at this country, from who they found salon. You know, they SMPK,
all right.
The day when we all as country we realize the SMPK and APC, they all the different ideology, I say to God. But the way we all do understand that, now we begin all the politicians there accountable.
Thank you so very much. We'll take our last call and for the first segment of the Epic Morning Show, and Regional Brano Jukuse are set for the second segment. Logo online quickly. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Your name and inside the call, please.
I'm Mohammed Conte. I come from Ponty.
Ah, it's Mohammed Conte. Stay within 1 minute, yeah?
Okay, sir. So the question what I asked Mr. Sillah, what side is the healthcare live from now? Because healthcare, one of the things that exist, people in the go for good fun, and what is then they think that's the crowd I question. I don't know as government how much money for healthcare.
Thank you so very much. I will not go take any more call again. Imran AKK at last of it, Imran.
One party caller then they ask, we just sit down and they talk about MCC, we think they have put the money. We need for update up, and as a result, we also need for updates on our listenership and viewership. That
so we don't make it clear. Say this scorecard 2026, not the affect 480 million. I think we did that yesterday.
No, but you hear this possible call. Not
ask you. It's not an issue of we are.
No, but we'll go for continue for the two arms, so not to one off. So tell anyone that have been tuned yesterday, some of them
continue.
This one not been tuned because we've been tuning here and they know they ask this question.
Continue, so, go ahead.
You know, so while people know say it does not affect the MCC money, it does not affect the MCC compact. That project today we know say it's ongoing. We've been I think I've been the head of chancellery now the US embassy. I think been in a 98.1 radio station. We also give some breakdown in terms of the money where they don't begin disburse for set up the basic structures them. And I think say now by next year 2026, I think around mid to the back end of 2026, and the project is actually the kick-off the start. But we feel fortunate and blessed that with the transition, the new administration in the United States will be affect countries that will be don't get the compact. And for which them put them on hold, salon lucky enough for be reconsidered again, and and the project continue from that point. So we're grateful. It says a lot about the leadership, right, of President Julius Maada Bio and this government, and that make we seem for their tracts then kind of about goodwill then they. On the issue of scholarship, Rampa, you call us and talk say, well, scholarship they're not there again. These are, I mean, not to school. I know plenty people them we don't get scholarship, we don't go out for go study. One of my other friends saying just come back. I think we go China, I go do masters in something. I know people who just don't go recently. I know people who do Russia and all them places. And so there are a lot of scholarships happening. You just need to stay in touch and be in tune. Which is in the happen at the Ministry of Tertiary and Higher Education for able to get access to them in the somebody said, well, me like for the compare. You ask the question, say, the see picking an athlete, and I raise a point, say, since me born at the go school, I don't see picking an athlete in this country. Yeah, within presidents and they talk aspirational. It's a desire, it's a determination, it's a focus backed by policies, plans, and programs for make sure say you reduce that one the way you talk about. So, you know, mean say picking in, you're not gonna ever go for seed and athlete again. Dunia don't know. It is still going to happen in this country, and it happened in every other country. We get better educational system than the West. So hence the reason to make a good comparison there because we don't see them. I hope you understand. Not to like for say not the happy day. It is still happening. I want to touch on a point where AKK make at some point. I talk about that nurse Namaboka. We don't spend I think 21 years. No, so we don't go upgrading self get capacity and somehow in our pin code. Well, it is for those reasons I think say we are supposed for they engage and interact with officials then at the Ministry of Health, so that then one and they not go fall through any cracks, you know, and make sure say they're able to get the rightful place, get them PIN code, because one and they contribute to society. And I'm sure if you talk to Dr. Austin Demby, those are issues in personally, probably.
Thank you.
No. I did talk about the one when not get PIN code, because if a lot of picking them, a lot of nurses then they don't train now way don't get PIN code, others than they through the system where they try to get PIN code. I think say necessary for capture also. The one that we don't spend that long, you know, and I don't think say deliberate is not intentional. It probably must have been an omission and oversight.
Thank you so very much.
So plenty of ion type then they also we don't get PIN code in the process, but we're supposed to make the system work, and I'm sure the minister and his staff are brilliant. Dr. Kaba, Professor Senesi, Dr. Satikane and all the one, and they're passionate about the work that they do.
Thank you so very much.
Few and far between.
Yeah. Something interesting they were left permit me for do this one. We allocate 22% and a budgetary allocation that's about 1,105 million in the 2025 budget. But interestingly, in the supplementary budget, government reduced this money to 681 million. So the education allocation where government begin has been reduced in the supplementary budget.
Okay.
And by almost 400 and something million. And this is why government is not able to pay school subsidies the whole of last academic year. And they struggle through they only pay one term for a whole academic year last year, and then can't pay the backlog in this academic year before it starts. And as with this one now in this academic year, government has not paid that again. Another issue we one caller talk about is the private schools, they get more good results than the government schools. I want to say this, and I've said this again. The total number of teachers in the school system now 78,000 teachers. Out of the 78,000 teachers in the schools, now only 34,000 teachers are being enrolled. So you get 43,000 teachers in the schools that are not receiving salary. Do you expect good results from those schools? Do you expect quality education from those schools? The answer left to the people and for ascertain that. People also talk about, you know, one thing I let Imran know and government, we've reached a point in which whether you appointed by you or SSL people, you appointed by APC not doing well, the people have a problem with us in the political class. And this is why when we have a national issue, whether it's education, whether it's health, we need to have a collaborative effort for FETAM. You ask a deliberate question, what in the happen them picking in a school? You know what happen? Not that them picking and they not they go school. I think Imran for able to answer this better. Them picking and they go school, but waiting government fail to do. When President Bill come into power, he promised he go get every school, he go promote the schools them in urban areas, which are a 2-shift system there. Then go build new classroom. Those promises have not been met. So most of them picking the way this is so that they sell in the morning and go school in the afternoon. So one of the things we need for do collaboratively.
I'm not thinking that. I think in fairness, probably I ain't able for clarifying, but I think they talk about picking away. Actually, not they go school at all.
No. Let me.
I know they talk about the one that way. You know, they do business. I mean, to them, family them, then give them, market them for go sell, go school, and where they call.
You say it is picking and a treat. They taught during the day instead of going to school. Let me just summarize.
So meaning they know they go school.
No, they go. Some they go school. Okay, wait.
Well, let me clarify.
Because you get black motka, they enjoy the new motka, they don't come.
No, sir.
Low stick, so we not get better time. Go ahead.
So because me, they interact with them. Most times when I drive along the streets, I buy to them, I talk to them when there is traffic. I know most of them are going to school, but this is the problem. We need to spend more money in building those classrooms in those schools. Okay. Again, somebody talk about the private schools excelling. In private schools, every teacher that's been enrolled is being paid. Now we get a situation in which we get teachers who are not being paid and who are so demotivated. Governments keep reducing fees them. But I was saying, you don't operate a free quality education. You know, waiting President Bill not succeed for do, we will be succeed for doing the free healthcare is to bring the opposition on board, in which we engage councils to be part of the process. We engage the LSPP administration to be part of the process. But today we have a government where every failure is being calculated on time. Okay. Every failure is being associated to the past government, and they don't want to take responsibility for what they come. So what we need for do, like this one we talk about, which is still a challenge. We as legislators go try to make the necessary laws for ensuring we keep the picking them off the street and make them a burden on the parents for putting picking in the street.
Thank you.
But what in government need for do, they need to address the councils for ensuring they can get bylaws we then go implement. And this is how we work development of a nation. It is a bilateral. But let me make some appeals.
30 seconds.
Dear Mr. President, the 3 hospitals, Lumley, Waterloo and Macaulay Street should not be left unattended to. They also appeal to the president that when they do recruitment for teachers them and nurses, then we get the one that we don't serve. It is disheartening. For you see teacher don't teach for 5, 6, 10 years, and you go recruit somebody who just come on a college, you left the ordinary school. Again, the teachers package we be the women Bambi they implement. We get talk say if you don't cheat in our school for 3 years, 4 years, when they employ you, they give you 1 year salary. That was so motivational for teachers. Today you don't take all of those packages away from teachers and expect good quality education. No, it can't work.
Thank you so very much, Honorable AKK and that of Imran Sillah, and for being part of this conversation this morning. Quick one with BNB Cash App. You can send or receive money anytime or anywhere. Just download the BNB Cash App today on Google Play Store for Android users or App Store for iPhone users. For any inquiries, you can call our customer service on 072 500 000. Thank you very much. Entertainment and sports lined up for you next, and Regional Brian Ojuku to say assets for the second segment of the Epic Morning Show. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. My name is Evangelist Leader. Have yourself a beautiful Tuesday. Bye bye.